Michelle Conboy here of MichelleConboy.com. Just continuing the conversation with you here, part 2 of Are You a Minimizer or a Maximizer? I shared with you in the first video training why that matters, because it sabotages love and money making, and I described it from a business standpoint. And I want to continue in terms of explaining why minimizing, maximizing as a pattern in your business relationships, in your personal relationships, is unhealthy. And the reason it's unhealthy is at the root is fear. It's fear-based, reactive, subconscious conditioning that in order to unlock the next level of success, sustainable success, and love in your life, it's important and imperative that you change this pattern, that you stay conscious of when you're doing it, why you're doing it, and commit to give yourself a new experience, to not go with the subconscious, automatic, reactive way of minimizing or maximizing, whichever you tend to do, or paying attention to what triggers you to minimize versus what's triggering you to maximize. As I said, this is at the core, fear-based. So we minimize, move away from, avoid, withdraw as a fear response. The brain traumatic stress signal of fight or flee or freeze, right? So if you are in a freeze mode, if you are in a flee mode, you tend to be a minimizer. If you are a maximizer, you're more in the initiate, pursue, fight mode. So from a fight or flight or freeze, trauma, stress response, that is what is driving this. And that comes from your primitive brain. That comes from a mindset, a subconscious conditioning belief that drives that fear, that keeps that fear engaged and keeps your brain releasing the chemicals that cause you to go in a state of fight, flight, or freeze, which reinforces the dysfunctional, unhealthy patterns of minimizing or maximizing, and finding yourself in relationship with people who mirror the opposite of your pattern in that moment. So as a minimizer, you're more than likely going to get into a relationship with a maximizer, who is the initiator, the pursuer, the fighter. Or if you're the minimizer, you're the one who's withdrawing, avoiding, procrastinating, because of this fear conditioned response. So that's what I've got for you today, to just be aware of the physiological response that's happening, that's causing the fight, flight, or freeze, and the reality that it's all based on fear. Fear is the driver. Fear is motivating that minimizing or maximizing behavior, and it sets up within relationship power struggle, not conscious, collaborative, co-creative partnership, grace, ease. And that's why it blocks the flow of love and money. Your opportunity in changing this pattern is to be conscious and mindful and remind yourself you're in the fear response of fight, flight, or freeze. Interrupt the pattern. Give yourself a new experience to disengage and minimize in a healthy way which is really all about decreasing the power struggle, decreasing the push-pull, so that you can experience more grace, more ease, the flow of love and abundance in all that you're doing and with all the people you relate to. And here's the key. Your homework, your growth opportunity is to become mindful, conscious of what is the core fear driving your minimizing behavior. What is your core fears? It might be more than one. And each fear more than likely is wrapped around a belief about yourself, a belief about others, and a belief about your spiritual source, God, the divine. And that's yours to figure out, so that you can be more empowered to change and shift out of this dysfunctional pattern and open yourself to the abundance of love and prosperity that is available to you now. Bye for now. Leave your comments. Stay in the conversation with me about what you're discovering. What are your fears? What are the limiting beliefs about yourself, about others, about your trusted source, God, the divine, the flow of love and abundance that are keeping you in this sabotaging way of either minimizing or maximizing? Bye for now.